Hey everybody, welcome to the party. I'm so excited to be cooking for you tonight. We're going to be making a super delicious peppermint brownie mix. I love peppermint, I love brownies, so it's an excellent combination. We're also going to be making some bruschetta pasta, and I'm just really excited to be sharing these recipes with you tonight. They're two of my favorites. So we're gonna start out with the peppermint brownie mix. So first, I got this from the store, dark chocolate fudge brownie mix, and it's the kind where it has an option on the back to make it into cake-like brownies. So I just mixed up that batter right here it has 2 eggs and 1/3 cup oil and 1/3 cup of water for the cake-like brownie mix. So I mix that up in this bowl. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take our 12-inch non-stick frying pan, and you can see that I greased the bottom a little bit. So the super cool thing about this is that it's non-stick. It's seriously non-stick. It's super awesome. If I cook eggs on it, I don't have to use oil at all because it just comes right off. Also, they made them new, so they're dishwasher safe, which is awesome because with kids, small kids, I love to put everything in the dishwasher because it's just so much easier. Also, the handles, if I can get it, are removable. So it's really awesome for storage purposes, and the handles can go in the dishwasher as well, which is great. So I'm gonna stick, move this. I'm going to stick, I hope you can hear me. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this batter into this pan. Not all of it, just enough to cover the bottom. So it's about 3/4 of the batter. I'm just gonna kind of spread it around to cover the bottom. And then I have peppermint patties, which are these little chocolate covered peppermints, if you don't know. I have about 15 of them. So I'm gonna take them and I'm just gonna lay them along the edge or around I'm gonna layer them in one layer on the pan. And I'm not gonna overlay them, I'm just gonna put them in one little even layer. I am so excited for this. I love peppermint. My husband's not here to enjoy this, which is great because he hates peppermint. I have no idea how he hates peppermint, but he does. All right. So you're gonna take and put the rest of the batter over top of those. And I have already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. I hope I'm talking loud enough. I've learned in my high school speech class so many moons ago that I did not speak loud enough. So I hope I'm speaking loud enough. Anyways, so you're gonna spread it over. I preheated the oven already to 350 degrees. So I'm just making sure I'm covering all of the peppermint patties so you can't see them. All right. I hope you all enjoy peppermint as much as I do. All right, I'm gonna take this, and also what's cool about these is these pans can go in the oven, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna stick it in the oven at 350 degrees. Sorry, the handles can't go in the oven, so don't stick them in the oven. The 350 degrees for 25 to 28 minutes. So I'm gonna put mine in for 26 minutes. All right, so 26 minutes, and I'll wait. I'll set this aside. Okay. All right, so next we're gonna start with the bruschetta pasta, and this is also one of my favorite meals to make. My kids love it so much. So we're using the deep covered baker, and this is one of our stoneware sets. I absolutely am in love with this. This thing can go in the microwave, it can go in the oven. It's just pretty phenomenal. Plus it's glazed on the outside, which makes it really nice for serving, for if you're taking it to like a potluck or a party of some sort or whatnot. It's got the stone on the inside. So if you don't know what stoneware is, I'll be posting another post later about our stoneware pieces. But this is baked at 2000 degrees and it has a natural non-stick seasoning that builds up over time. So like for the pizza stones, I know a couple of you said that you like the pizza stones. You would put like a little bit of oil, not the spray because the spray will ruin it, but you will put a little bit of oil on it at first when you first take it out of the package to help your food not stick because it hasn't built up over time. But as you use it more and more and more, the inside, like, I don't know if you can tell, oops, I have my pasta in here already, but there's a little bit of browning around the edge because I've used it so much, and the more I use it, the more brown it's going to become, which is just the non-stick building up. Also, when you clean these, they're so easy to clean. You don't use soap at all because it'll ruin the stone, but you just use hot water and a clean washcloth and you just wipe it all off. It comes with these little, I'm wondering if I have it in here. Here it is. It comes with these little scrapers that if you have like something built up on it or whatever that's a little tougher to get off, you just scrape it right off and it comes right off, which is awesome. All right, anyways, bruschetta pasta. So I have a just spaghetti. I have 1 pound and I broke it in half already and I stuck it into here. And then I'm gonna take 2 cans of chicken broth. Now I didn't have the cans, I had the box. So that 2 cans, 1 can is 14.5 ounces, so that's 29 ounces. And I measured that out in my bowl. I have my broth here and I'm just gonna pour it into there. Okay. Setting that aside. All right, so I'm gonna cover it up. I'm gonna stick it in the microwave for 8 minutes. Oh, 23 minutes. All right, so that would put me at 30, 40, 53. All right, so I'm keeping my eye on the timer. All right, so 8 minutes. That's what I'm doing. Brain fog. All right, so it's going for 8 minutes. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make the bruschetta that's gonna go with the pasta. So putting this aside as well. What I'm gonna use for this is my manual food processor. I also love this because it doesn't plug in. It's a little mini processor you can take with you. It comes in a 4-piece thing. It also comes with a lid. I don't have the lid right here, but the lid goes on top of it so you can easily stick it in the fridge and store like guacamoles, hummuses, things like that. This comes out, these 2 parts are dishwasher safe, which is awesome. This one, you just hand wash, you just wipe off the top and it comes off real easy and stuff like that. You don't want to put it in a thing of water because it'll waterlog. But anyways, I'm gonna stick this together. The first thing I'm gonna do is, I have some basil and you're gonna take about 1 to 2 bunches. It's really not important how much, you just want a lot of basil because basil is really awesome and it makes it really good. And then 4 garlic. And garlic, you also, I like to say that I don't measure garlic, I measure it with my heart because it's pretty phenomenal and I love garlic. But these ones are big. It says 4 cloves. I'm using 3 because they're big. All right, so I'm gonna put my basil in here and my garlic, and then I'm just gonna put this lid on, and it has a little latch, so I'm gonna pop that up, and backing up, I'm going to just process it. So what I love about this is that you can process it as finely or as chunky as you want because you're doing it with your hand, rather than like an electric one where you don't really have that much control over how processed the foods are. But I'm just going to make sure that the garlic especially is in really fine chunks because if I don't, then I get a huge thing of garlic and it's just like too much garlic in one bite for me. All right, so yeah. So if you look at the inside, it's all processed. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. I love basil and garlic. All right. Then I'm gonna put in my oil. And I have a 1/2 cup of olive oil that I've measured out. These are our little measure all cups. If you flip it over, which I'm not gonna do because it's got oil in it already, it's the, and you push it up, it's the dry side, and then this one's the wet side inside of the cup. Anyways, that's that. All right, so then the recipe calls for 3 plum tomatoes. I had grape tomatoes, so I'm just gonna guesstimate that one container is about 3 plum tomatoes. So I'm gonna show you this other thing. I like to cut my tomatoes before I put them in the processor because they have thick skins. It's a little bit tricky for the processor to cut through those, so then it gets kind of mushy and such, and I don't really care for that. So I used this quick slice right here, which comes in 3 parts. There's a thing on the bottom of it to protect it. It's got the blades right here. It's dishwasher safe, which is awesome. But anyways, I'm going to stick the tomatoes on top of here, making sure you can see this. All right. And then I'm gonna just take the blades and I'm gonna kind of seesaw them back and forth a little bit to get them started. And then I'm just gonna push them, there we go. Get them in line with the blades. And then I'm just gonna push it down and I'm gonna get super awesomely cut. I love this for tomatoes and tomatoes and strawberries and things like that for my kids because they're toddlers and they have to have everything cut up. Grapes would be great in this. All right, so I'm just gonna stick about 3/4 of the thing of tomatoes. So it says put 1.5 plum tomatoes, so about 3/4. Or about half, sorry, that's half. All right, so I'm gonna put about half of the container of tomatoes in here. And I'm going to process again. Okay, and then once it's starting, which it's looking pretty good right now, you're gonna add the rest of the tomatoes in. Putting this aside. Checking the time, we got about 2 minutes left. All right, so I'm just gonna process the rest and I have my bruschetta going. My hair's in my way. All right. I'm gonna put this aside as well. All right, so got my bruschetta here. I'm wondering how many of you guys like bruschetta. So my mom likes to go to Olive Garden and they have like a bruschetta, thing. I don't know, it's got little baguette things and then it's got bruschetta on top of it, and she always used to love that. It was her favorite. So I'm gonna take out the little, it's all processed. I'm gonna take out the little blade here. And I just have it right there. Stick this in the sink. And like I said, you're just gonna wipe off the top of this, but I'm gonna stick it just aside for right now. All right, so I got 1 minute left. So in a second, when I bring that out, as for back to the brownies, I had put these peppermints, the little peppermint candies, probably about, I used 10. You can use 8 to 10. Put them in this baggie, and then I just crushed them up. and that's gonna go on top of the brownie mix. My cat is meowing at me right now. He smells it. He thinks it smells delicious. All right, so I'm gonna grab my oven mitts. It probably isn't gonna be very hot right now, but after the second time in, it's gonna be hot. Okay, stop meowing. All right. So I'm gonna just, yeah, it's fine. All right, I'm gonna take the lid off, and inside of it, it's starting to cook. I'm just gonna take our kitchen tongs, and I'm going to, or cooking tongs, and I'm going to just kind of mix it up a little bit and put the lid back on. In the meantime, for my brownies, I took 1 cup of chocolate chips, and then I have a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to pour it over. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. And that's gonna melt it all up, and then we're gonna drizzle that over top of the brownies when the brownies are all done. Yeah, so 30 seconds. I am so excited for these, and my daughter's starting to cry, so I might have to jot out for a quick second. Have you ever thought of making brownies in a saute pan? I don't think I've ever done that. But it's pretty good. All right, so I'm just gonna take, I'm gonna mix it all. Oh, that looks so good. So good. All right, so I'm just mixing it all up, and it's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna stick this back into the microwave for another 8 minutes. And that's gonna cook for another 8 minutes, and 3:53. All right, so I've got another 10 minutes on that. All right, so mixing this up some more. Okay, and we're gonna drizzle that over top of it when it's done, but I'm just gonna set it aside for now. We're gonna let that cook. All right, okay, so the bruschetta pasta is done. Ooh. It's definitely toasty now. Make sure you use your oven mitts the second half. So good. All right, so I'm gonna take those tongs again, and I'm going to just mix it all up. And then I'm gonna take my bruschetta and another scraper, and I'm gonna just scrape it on. So good. Oh my goodness. And the brownies are almost done, and I'm just gonna mix it all up. This also goes really well with, I usually make it with chicken. I didn't really feel like making it with chicken today. It's good just as it is too without chicken, but if you're more of an avid meat eater, then that would be good too. All right, so set this aside. This is for a second. In a second, where did I put, oh, here it is. Losing my stuff. All right. So this is the bruschetta pasta, and it's so good. It's just so much flavor with the basil and the garlic and everything. gonna try it. So good. I so wish you guys were here to try it with me. And I so wish that I could do in-person cooking shows because those are really awesome too. All right. So I'm gonna set that aside. That's hot. All right. So our brownie should be done. Oh my goodness. So good. All right, I'm gonna check and make sure with a toothpick. So yummy. Oh, not done yet. But it looks like it's just about almost done. Actually, I wonder if I just got into the peppermint. No, it should probably go for a couple more minutes. All right, I'm gonna stick it back in for a couple more minutes. My guess is about 5. And then it should be ready to be able to put the topping. All right, it's just about done. So I'm gonna take it out. Okay, that looks much better. You can see the peppermint patty is starting to ooze up. So good. All right. Yeah. I think, let's try one more. Yeah. All right, it's done. I was pulling it out and it was coming out like that, but I think that was just from the peppermint patties. All right, throwing that away. So now I'm gonna take the chocolate that we had melted with the heavy whipping cream and I'm going to scrape it out onto the top of the brownies. Looks so good. Probably a little bit more. All right, so onto the top of the brownies. And you're just gonna spread it around along the top. And it might be a little bit wiggly, like it's loose or like it's not cooked through, but it's not that. It's just the peppermint patties underneath. So I can see it oozing up from underneath. Oh my goodness, so good. So good. So I'm just gonna spread it out and make sure that it's evenly along the entire top. And then I'm gonna take the peppermints that I had crushed up in the bag and I'm just gonna sprinkle them along the top. Oh, so good. And this, I'm doing all of this during nap time, so when my kids wake up, they're gonna be so excited. So excited. All right, I'll bring you over here. So this is, here, let's see if I can flip this around. Nope, I can't. All right, well, there we go. So good. I am so excited to eat this. And I wish that you guys could join me for this too. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me for this recipe. And I'm gonna be posting the actual recipes in in post later on in the show. So keep watching, and yeah, I'll talk to you later.